A Clearwater man was charged with human trafficking.
Also, new business and new hires. We'll tell you the good news in Lakeland here next.
All this and more, the Spotlight starts right now. The 18th annual Pig Fest drew thousands of guests this past weekend. More than 40,000 people attended the event this year despite the chilly temperatures. The event was held at Tigertown and started back in 1997, and it's been going strong ever since. The festival featured 150 vendors and more than 500 volunteers to organize the event. Vendors competed in the Kingsford Professional Barbecue Competition, the Public Supermarket Backyard Competition, or the Badcock Kids Q Competition on Friday. The four main categories the vendors were competing in were ribs, chicken, pork, and brisket. Corey Glasgow of Skin and Bones Barbecue brought close to 1,000 pounds of ribs to sell, along with more than 500 pounds of potatoes and 200 pounds of chicken. Pig Fest has become a great Lakeland community tradition over the years, and if you missed it this year, be sure to mark it on your calendars for next year. I didn't get a chance to go, unfortunately, this year.
Yeah, did anyone go?
I've been in years past. It is fantastic.
Really?
Some of the best barbecue and food you're going to get around Polk County in Central Florida.
I feel like it was pretty inexpensive. Someone told me that they use things called pig bucks. So you actually don't use your regular money at like the different stands, but you kind of give your money at the beginning and they give you like vouchers to use.
Yeah.
It goes to
It's like
charity.
a carnival kind of deal, right?
Yeah. That's cool. I think there should be rides. If there isn't rides, that'd be cool.
I mean,
No rides, no.
there's live music and just hanging out with the rest of the Lakeland community. It's just a really fun event to go to, and they have some like wacky different foods there. I mean, they have anything from like deep fried ribs to like
Fried
pork,
Oreos, I heard that.
Yeah, they have pork sundae, which was kind of weird. I don't know exactly.
Is there ice cream on the sundae?
I don't know exactly what was in the pork sundae. All I know is it involved bacon.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what else.
I think it was a really cool thing for Lakeland to do to raise charity. It's funny that it was called the Pig Fest, but I mean, you know, embrace the local traditions, I suppose.
And if barbecue is not quite your thing, like I know it's not yours, but coffee is, so maybe that's something you want to talk to us about.
That is very true. Just a few days ago, I stopped by our very own coffee shop here at school to cover the latest update on campus. Gabrielle Doraisamy here for the Spotlight News at Southeastern University. Today we're taking a look at Portico Coffee House, our very own coffee shop here on campus, where students are actually getting used to a change in the hours of operation.
Ever since the grand opening day of Portico Coffee House on the campus of Southeastern University, students have kept the baristas busy ordering their favorite beverages before and after class. However, due to a recent change in hours, students may have to go elsewhere to find a cup of coffee in the late hours of the night.
Open from 12 a.m. midnight from Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays we extended our hours to 1 a.m. and then on Saturday and Sunday we opened at 8 and we closed again later in the evening around 11. Okay. Yeah, so they switched to Monday through Friday. We're open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. with the upstairs being 24 hours, so if you want to come study, you still can. And then on Saturday and Sunday, Saturday we're open at 11 a.m. until 6, and then Sunday we're open from 1 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Though some students may not be able to order their usual double shot latte at 1 a.m., many student workers are pleased about the new hours.
It's been incredible. It's been a lot better. Yeah, because I mean, like this semester taking 21 credits, it's nice to not have to get off work at 1 in the morning and still have to study afterwards. So 10 o'clock is a pretty good time for, I can still study afterwards, so it's nice.
Despite this being a relatively large alteration, managers say, so far, so good.
I think it's been overall a positive experience, you know. I think it's been great for our current baristas as well as students on campus.
Well, no matter the hours, Portico will continue to have its regular customers.
My favorite drink here is, it was a Harry Potter inspired drink. It was a butterbeer latte. Or at least I think it was a latte, but it was awesome.
Gabrielle Doraisamy, Southeastern University Spotlight.
So that's the latest with the local coffee shop here on campus.
Well, that's good to know.
To get used to the hours.
Yeah, I like the hours change now. I like the fact that I can be up there and study late into the night other than doing it in Casa or my room. So
Right. I also think it's smart because it'll kind of deter us away from leaving campus later to go to, say, Starbucks or another coffee shop. This way we can stay on campus, it's safe, and we can just be in our own environment.
That is so true. That's definitely something that the people I was talking to was very adamant about, like explaining that the top, though they close, you know, a little bit earlier, the top is still open to all students 24 hours. So if you have some studying to do or just want to go socialize, it's a good place to go.
And I think it's definitely important for the employees to get off a little bit earlier than 1 o'clock, because
true.
I can't imagine getting off that late and wanting to go and study. I want to go to bed if I have classes the next day. So
That's so true.
I think that's
That
great
guy,
for them.
the
But
person I was talking, he had 21 credit hours he was taking.
Wow.
And working
And
at
working.
Portico.
Wow.
So, I mean,
incredible.
for his sake, I'm glad that they closed a little bit earlier instead of staying open till 1 a.m.
Yeah. Did you happen to get any coffee while you're there?
I did. I have a vanilla latte, but I was actually told that that isn't the correct way. If you want to be very fancy ordering a latte, I was told that a good way to order it is called a flat white latte.
white.
oh,
Keep that in mind next
good
time
to
you're doing
know.
it.
Well, coming up after the break, we're going to have entertainment with Miriam and Poll of the Week with Britney. We'll be right back.
It's harder whenever there's a bigger group. Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Okay, go, go, go. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
And welcome back to the Spotlight. Next up, we have our very own Miriam Woodard, who has the best and latest with entertainment. Miriam?
Here at Southeastern University, we have the privilege of having many great opportunities, from amazing internships and hands-on experience for our future profession. One of these being our very own radio station located here on campus. WSU Radio is equipped with an extensive soundboard, mics, and a full layout, giving the students a chance to work in a professional environment. In order to ensure music, the station is connected to a network, keeping us updated with great Christian tunes from many different genres. The audio is streamed in our restaurant and outside all around campus, providing great Christian music as we travel to and from class, chat with our friends outside, or even sit down and study. Like most radio stations, you will hear a change in announcers, each person introducing their own style. Students and staff are able to sign up for shifts during the day and even late into the evening. The purpose of their station is so students are given the opportunity to learn how to manage their own radio show. They have tasks from making their own agenda. They even get to choose their own musical selections, watch audio levels, and most importantly, inform the campus with interesting news and live entertainment.
Currently, it is 72 degrees. Random fun fact for you. Did you know in California, coal ID is illegal? I think I'll stay in Florida. You're listening to SU Radio, your fire station.
And the radio station is not just for communication majors. Anyone can get their feet wet and enter into the world of radio.
This is Alyssa Renee signing off. Thanks for listening to SCU Radio, your fire station.
So cool. I love it.
It was great.
Now, I understand you actually are on the radio as well.
Yes, I am, and you probably have actually heard me before, but I just really enjoy the fact that we have a school that gives us so many great opportunities, like hands-on work.
Yep.
Have any of you actually been in the radio studio as well?
Yeah.
No, actually not yet.
Definitely gotta get in there.
Take a parka because it is that
It's
cold
freezing
in
in
there.
there.
Cold in
Oh,
there.
It is very, very cold in there. But yeah, I've been on the radio the last couple semesters, and it's fun being on there. I always enjoyed it.
I think it's great that they have an intro class for you. So again, you're in there learning, and it's all in the field of entertainment, which usually you don't see at a Christian community college or Christian college. But here it's like they encourage it, so it's really cool. And then on the music selections are all Christian tunes as well, so that's always great to hear.
What's the name of your show?
Yeah.
My show's actually the Hollywood Twins. I'm
Hollywood
on with
Twins.
another friend, so
Kyle
it's
Holly.
awesome. Listen for us.
I love it. That's so cool. I'll have to listen in. You're on the rocks. That's so cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Very cool.
Well, we have our very own Brittany Duffy, who did a poll of the week. Brittany?
Right now, I'm outside of Southeastern University's Bush Chapel. At 7 p.m. on January 24th through January 25th, SCU held an event called 24-Hour Prayer, which allowed all Southeastern students to come and worship and pray with the Holy Spirit. With live music the entire 24 hours and praying over different parts of the world, the student body filled the room with Christ. Let's take a look at what happened and what people thought inside of Bush Chapel.
As students rolled in, so did prayer requests. These requests were for themselves, family, friends, and even parts of the world they don't know much about. It was polled that 64% of people connect to God much easier by prayer, while 36% of people connect quicker with worship. With many activities throughout the room, painting was used as a cry out to the Lord. Another setup allowed students to crumble up all the sins God saved them from. God gives us strength by allowing us to confess our sins and admit to things we as Christ followers need to work on. 28% of those polled said that 24-hour prayer did strengthen their relationship with God, while 72% of people's faith remained the same. During 24-hour prayer, 48% of people stayed from 0 to 6 hours, 36% stayed from 6 to 12, 10% stayed 12 to 18, and 6% of people stayed 18 to 24 hours long.
So it seems that everyone who did attend 24-hour prayer did have a huge impact on them and that they did grow closer to God. Reporting for the Spotlight News, I'm Brittany Duffy.
Wow, that was a great story, Brittany.
Thanks. Yeah, I actually, when I went to go and cover 24-hour prayer, I actually saw people and they were sleeping because I guess they stayed the whole 24 hours there.
That's dedication.
That is.
Yeah. So did you guys happen to go at all?
I did not actually. Did you, Miriam?
Neither did I.
No, well, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you covered it to tell us what was going on.
No, it was really cool. There was like a lot of paintings going on, like the video showed, and people were just basically demonstrating their love and their faith and their passion for God, and it was really great looking, and it was great seeing that everyone was so passionate about it.
That's cool. Did people, was there certain things when you walk in that you had to do, or it was kind of like pick and choose?
It was pick and choose. You could do whatever you wanted to do, and it was basically all up to you.
Wow, that's really cool.
What time were you there?
I went around 9 in the morning, and I was there until about 1.
Okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
And so there was quite a few people going in and out. I know
Yeah,
my
a lot of
roommate
people were
attended.
going in and out, especially earlier in the morning. So
That's cool. I really like that. It's not very often that you get a school that, I mean, it's a very intimate setting, but you have so many people and friends with you together doing a very special and intimate thing. So I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Any
like
plans
that.
to have a second one coming up soon?
I mean,
it's like a 24-hour,
48-hour.
I think they did one last semester too, so I'm pretty sure they do one a semester or maybe two. It's to come up.
Well, thank you. Well, don't go away. We have sports right up after the break.
Time to wake up. I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Don't forget, you've got a job to do today.
Hey, Mom. I got the job. Thanks.
I've got the job. Welcome aboard.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Well, welcome back to the Spotlight. We have a big weekend coming up in sports. We got the Super Bowl, we got some basketball, huge night.
So true.
Yep, very big weekend. So we have JD Cobb and Roxanne Garcia standing by with sports. Guys?
Hey guys, welcome to Spotlight Sports. I'm JD Cobb.
And I'm Roxanne Garcia.
This weekend will be a big one for sports fans everywhere. It is the Super Bowl.
That is correct. It's the game most sports fans have been waiting for all year. The NFL championship game with the Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks going head-to-head for the title. JD, how do you expect the outcome of this game to be?
Well, I do expect this to be a close game. The Broncos have the second best overall defense, along with the best rushing defense in the league. However, they're only ranked 7th in the pass defense. So we'll see if the young quarterback, Russell Wilson, will be able to sling a couple touchdowns in on him. But the Seahawks do have running back Marshawn Lynch, who's had one of the best postseason performances of any player, racking up 249 yards in the last 2 games against the Saints and the 49ers. However, the Broncos do have this guy called Peyton Manning.
Speaking of Peyton Manning, he did break the touchdown passing record this season, surpassing Tom Brady with 55 passes. He also has a rating of 115.1.
Well, Roxy, I do think it's obvious who each of us will be pulling for in this matchup.
It is. Well, as these two teams go at it this weekend, here at Southeastern, we had our very own Fire men's basketball team face their 6th top 25 opponent in 19 games. On January 29th, the Fire faced number 12 St. Thomas, and for the 3rd time this year, the Fire were victorious with a 83-75 score over a ranked team. I had the chance to interview our point guard, Dwayne Johnson, following the victory. After the victory against Northwood, how did you guys prepare coming into tonight's game, playing another ranked team?
Basically, we just got back in the gym and started working hard. Like, the Northwood victory was good. We let that win be that win on that day. And we came back the next day and came and dominated in practice, and then just came out and came with the game plan Coach gave us, and we came out strong.
Awesome. All right. Did Coach say something in the locker room that changed the momentum of the game for the second half?
Yes, definitely. He said it's not just one half of basketball. We came out firing the first half, and he wants to come out the second half. So he told us to go back in there, stay humble. Shots are going to fall this second half because this is our home court. So we was going to come in and do what we've been doing all this time.
Reporting from the Furnace at Southeastern University, this is Roxanne Garcia, Spotlight Sports.
Thank you, guys. Well, Lakeland locals welcome new heroes to the city as the Lakeland Fire Department has hired several new firefighters. The 9 were chosen from a pool of nearly 200 hopefuls from all over the state. The new hires bring the department's total staff up to 161 people.
We're quite excited. We actually already hired 9 new firefighters, so they started Monday. So they're actually right at our training center right now. All of them go through fire standards, which is about a 6-month process. Some of them go for a little bit longer because they become EMTs or paramedics. But when they come on board with the fire department, in our case, we have our own training center, and we like to train them on how we do things here at Lakeland Fire. So over the next 2 weeks, they'll learn everything from how do we pull our ropes and hoses to how we set up our ladders, how we open hydrants, all the basics that come with the job.
The hiring spree isn't finished yet, as the department is set to hire 9 more firefighters when the new Lakeland Linder Regional Airport opens later this year. That's kind of cool. I mean, I was talking to this lady who was working there, and she was explaining how here our downtown station, 5 minutes away from our school, has 15 employees each shift, and other stations normally have 5. So I think we're pretty safe around here.
I never knew that there was like a pool process that everyone had to go through from around the whole state. That seems kind of crazy, though.
Well, I didn't realize how competitive it is to be a firefighter. I figured that was kind of more of a in-demand job that you kind of signed up and they're like, okay, yeah, become a firefighter. But 200 guys tried out for 9 spots. That's pretty incredible.
It is. And it's like really good how like Lakeland is growing and they're also responding to that growth.
It's very true.
And keeping us safe and keeping us in mind too.
That's very true. I didn't think about that also because I was saying, 6 or 7 fire stations, that's a lot. But then, we have a lot of people in Lakeland, so
a lot of ground to have to cover.
That is very true.
Safe.
So they're all in training right now. They are going through rigorous training because I didn't know that each station has, little quirks and little different things that is unique to that station. So, they might do a hose differently or something like that. So they're in training learning all those quirks right now.
It's very interesting. I never knew any of this stuff. It's good to learn.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah. Well, coming up after the break, we have Nicole Tillotson with the Community Spotlight. We'll be right back.
Oh, sweetheart. Gonna give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Well, welcome back to the Spotlight. Up next, our very own Nicole Tillotson has the latest story on our local community organization Spotlight.
Along Main Street and Tennessee Avenue in downtown Lakeland, Black & Brew Coffee House and Bistro draws in all from the regulars to even the visitors. The downtown hotspot embraces a vision of creating a community gathering place in the heart of the city, a place of fellowship, art, culture, music, and of course fantastic and gourmet foods and specialty coffees, said owners and brothers Chris and Mike. The beautiful 103-year-old brick building serves as the ideal space for hosting a midday meal, a coffee break, and even a meeting, as a team from the First Baptist Church of Lakeland did this afternoon.
We like to have some of our meetings here. Whenever I'm meeting somebody for the business, it's usually here. It's a good place.
It's got a cool atmosphere, and it's got more space than a lot of the downtown places. So you're able to have a group of people, 4 or 8, actually show up and talk and still have that cool vibe.
It's hard to find sometimes a coffee place that has good food and coffee. It's usually one or the other, and this place is great if you want to have that cup of coffee and they haven't eaten yet, you kind of come together. The food and coffee are both awesome.
And others simply come to enjoy this beautiful afternoon.
I love the historic district, so I love the fact that I like the old buildings and the fact that it's right downtown with the restored part of the city. You can find strips in every city in the world, but to find a restored heart of a city is really special.
If you're near the downtown Lakeland area, be sure to head on over to Black & Brew Coffee House and Bistro. I'm Nicole Tillotson, your community reporter for Spotlight News.
Well, thank you, Nicole. That was a good piece.
Yes, it was really great. I feel like coffee places are like the thing right now
So
to go
true.
to,
They
really
especially
are.
for college students. So like, where do you guys like to go and get your coffee or like hang out, do some homework?
I don't want to be unoriginal, but I do like Starbucks because I know what I'm getting and what I'm walking into, and they have that app.
Yes.
Which is very friendly, but the Black & Brew, like you were covering, and Mitchell's, they're kind of, I don't know, it's like an event going there, you know, it's kind of more special.
Right. It's almost like you can go and it's not just to sit and have coffee. You can order a meal, and so it's like almost a restaurant version of
It
Starbucks.
feels very homey too.
Yeah,
because
they each have a unique environment and kind of feel to them. But I am with Gabby. I'm more of a traditional type of guy. I like my Starbucks. I mean, not a thing against any other coffee. I mean, I like all their other coffee. Just I don't know. I always just tend to go to Starbucks when I want coffee. So.
Are you going to be back again soon?
Yes, absolutely. That would be fantastic. I mean, it was so homey there, and I liked it, and I just want to see what else they have on their order.
Yeah, I think, you know what's cool about it is when I go there, I feel like I'm supporting my community. You know, like the local jobs, and no one else has a Black & Brew, so I think it's very cool that we have that here in Lakeland.
Well, thank you, Nicole. A Clearwater man was charged with human trafficking, false imprisonment, and sexual battery after police say he took advantage of 5 people from Indiana. Jeffrey Cohen met the victims in Indiana and had allowed them to stay with him. Some had been staying with him for a couple months, while others only a few weeks. Authorities were called to Cohen's home after victims snuck out of his house and used a neighbor's phone to call 911.
Well, Northern Lakeland residents are looking forward to having a brand new independent pharmacy within walking distance later this winter. The pharmacy will be nearby to local income neighborhoods that have been declared by the city as having the greatest number of home foreclosures. The pharmacy is looking to become an asset to the area and will host wellness programs, provide postal unit, and have a bill-paying center. Though there are a limited number of food items being sold, officials are wanting a farmer's market to be held on Saturdays.
Plant City Police Chief Stephen Singletary was fired Tuesday after it was revealed he had an affair with a married woman while on the clock. Singletary reported the relationship to an assistant city manager after being confronted by the woman's husband. City manager Greg Howardell said that Singletary wasn't fired because of the affair, but because he had relations with a woman while he was on duty or reported being sick. A second officer was fired Tuesday for falsifying records that shielded the disclosure of the affair.
Well, now for our follow-up story. Earlier in September, we covered the tragic story of Byers Levy, a 59-year-old local who was riding his bike around Lake Hollingsworth when he was hit and killed by 74-year-old Ronald Atkins. Atkins is now being arrested after police determined he was over the legal limit for blood alcohol content. Atkins is now being held in Polk County Jail without bond and is facing second-degree charges of driving under the influence manslaughter.
Lakeland's First United Methodist Church is undergoing a $12.5 million expansion. The new 70,000 square foot addition will expand the children's ministry, add a new welcome center, and a new lobby that will feature a store, a bookshop, and a cafe. The church is located on Lake Morton, has a membership of 4,700 people. The church so far has raised all but $800,000 of the $12.5 million needed for the project. The construction is scheduled for completion in September.
Well, Thursday, police boarded up a well-known drug house here in Lakeland. The Nuisance Abatement Board ordered 1220 Wright Drive be boarded up last November, but they've been getting complaints about the rundown house since 2012. Police conducted a search warrant in July and found drug paraphernalia, cocaine, marijuana, and 2 loaded handguns. Lakeland police also believed that the residence can be tied to 2 nearby homicides that happened earlier this year. Throughout the whole process, the 2 listed landlords have failed to attend court hearings or respond to mailed notices. Relieved neighbors are thankful to see the police take action on the property and look forward to a more peaceful and safe neighborhood.
Well, that's all the time we have left. Keep it here on the Spotlight for all the latest in local news, campus updates, and sports. I'm Matthew Hall.
And I'm Gabrielle Doraisamy. See you next time.